Hi everyone, so I just got back from a quick little trip out to Universal Studios Hollywood, not too far from here. Oh my goodness, it was like 110 miles. You know, I live in San Diego, that's like obviously in LA, Hollywood area. And on the way back, it was like about 110 miles or so. It took 4.5 hours because of traffic. I could not believe that. That is like probably among the worst traffic situations I've been in ever. That was crazy. But anyway, on the way there, we got there really fast, so that was nice. But I did receive something while I was gone that I thought, oh, I can just make a quick video for, it's Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And just a quick one. So I have my little card still sitting here because it was on my desk or work table, work surface while I was gone. Super cute. If you haven't seen that Anna Griffin video, check it out. I know it's very specific, but it is such a cute thing, the baby carriage easel die set. But I did pick this up, so I'll link in the description box. That would be an affiliate link, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. When I got it right now, I was like, why is it so heavy? I forgot it comes with a block, and it is literally just a acrylic block that they cut down because it has the carrier. I mean, it's like laser cut, so it's still covered. Not really anything that I would use, but it does have a nice amount of height, I guess, so you can hold it nicely. I have other acrylic blocks, like this one's taller, and then it has like ridges, so you can hold it pretty easily, but this isn't bad. I mean, the thickness, it's about half as thick as one of these guys, but I've had thinner ones, so this is not bad. And all you're gonna do is peel this off, and it's gonna look just as shiny as like this acrylic block, okay? But since I probably won't use this, maybe I'll put it like in a destash kind of situation, so I'm not gonna open that. But you can just put your stamps on here, and I guess I should back up. What I had received was the like signature stamps, I guess. I forgot what they called it. Actually, it would be on the receipt, but the receipt's on the packaging. I want to rip that open. But yeah, so it's just the Anna Griffin, signature, like handmade by, created by, handmade with love, handmade by, handmade by, handmade with love again, handmade by, and then like a space obviously for you to write your name or whatever, handmade by, and it has like a little circle. So I'm just going to stamp it a few times on some different card bases. I just grab some. Of course, make your own card bases. If you're using a dark colored card base, maybe you want to stamp it with some embossing powder so it shows up. Also the Better Press was finally launched. Like, go ahead and pick it up on Spellbinders, and they are having their sale for $25 off of a $125 cart. I did see that the actual Better Press is on sale. It's not the big bundle. They wouldn't have it because that was exclusive to Spellbinders anyway, but it is the tool itself with, some of the plate it comes with and the, basic stuff it comes with. It was like 60 some odd dollars, and I think there was an extra 5% for, I guess, Father's Day weekend. I don't know what they were celebrating. I forgot what it said. But that might be something you want to look at. But again, 25 off of 125 cart, or, a discount on the tool itself. They might end up being the same. It just depends on how you like to shop, right? So I'll link both of those things. You can check that out. And these are acrylic stamps. So, not photopolymer. I'll back it up on here. Sometimes people say, can you put something behind it? But I mean, obviously you can see it, on the HSN site. And yeah, so I just have a couple of Spellbinders card bases, which are textured. So I know it's not going to be like the greatest impression on that just because of the texture feel to it. Now, I suppose, which I do sometimes whenever I have textured card, I stamp on the opposite side because the opposite side is smoother. So you can definitely turn this inside out, and stamp on this side and have this be the inside of your card, but with the texture on the inside of the card, that seems kind of odd, so I'm not going to do that. But there's my card, and it's going to open like this. So I'm going to turn it over and just pop it down here. Hopefully that stays, because I'm probably going to have to stamp it a couple of times. So let's do this one, handcrafted by, with a little prettiness there. And I'm just trying these guys out. They are acrylic. My history with Anna Griffin acrylics has not been that great. They're usually not super high quality, but you can get them to work. And I know people, if this doesn't work, they're going to tell me I need to prep them. You do not have to prep your acrylic stamps. Some that are more inexpensive, or some that are made out of a weird material, yes, maybe. And what that would be is just taking something like this. Oh, okay, you think I have a buffing block? I always have one sitting here. And now I don't see it, but anyway, here we go. You can take a buffer block. I always just buy the ones that are meant for nails because they're less expensive. If you buy one that's supposed to be craft, you know, they're like cost more. And you just scrub over the top if you're not getting a good impression, or maybe the first time you stamp with it, you stamp with some Stays On ink, something like this. And Stays On ink, what does, it does not come off of the stamp unless you use a cleanser to break it down, because that's what it's meant for. It's meant to stay on plastic, acetate, you know, whatever you put it on. So it'll stay on there, and it kind of gives it a surface that's more grippy for the ink that you use the next time and the next time, you know. I mean, there's other ways to prep them. I'm good, guys. I know people tell me, like, if I don't know how to stamp or something, but it's okay. I know all the different things. I just don't do them. Most of the time it works out, so. But if you're having difficulty, you can try some of those things out. I'm just going to use this guy, which I noticed earlier. I'm like, did the ink just not get all the way down to the bottom? It's not saturated. You see that white area? Kind of interesting, but my VersaFine Clair, which I have been loving. Yeah, VersaFine, just their regular, this one is my favorite. Excuse me. It takes a while to dry, so you definitely want to heat set it. Well, at least I do. And other people say, oh, it dries so fast. So I have no idea. I don't know if it's just my luck. The ones I purchased have been difficult to work with. I don't know. Again, with acrylic stamps, you don't want to push too hard because they can give you some ghosting because it's softer material. So if you press really hard, then some of the acrylic from the top kind of comes down. I don't know how to explain it. It's just squishier. But that's not bad even for the textured paper. I think I'm good with that. I'm not going to stamp it again. Look at that. Pretty good. Alright, so having said all those things, just in case you do have some issues, you have some tips, and that worked great, I think. Okay, let's try another one. That's good to see, because I do have some older sets of Anna's that are like stuck to the carrier, because that's just what happens sometimes with certain acrylic materials. They'll just stick to the carrier. Like, you'll just try to pull it off and it does not want to come off. But those are older stamps, and I don't know. But having said that, I don't have any older diamond press like acrylic stamps that don't want to come off of their carrier, so it's just the material, you know. Okay, so front, turn it over, and this time we can stamp, like, let's say in the middle, handcrafted by, okay, so it says handcrafted by the top and it says on the bottom, so this can be stamped either way, which is cool. And I'll just pop it right in the center, and I'm just eyeballing it how straight it is. You know, I can bring it over here and then see if my guide shows me. That's pretty good. I'm looking at the scallops where they hit, and looks good to me. Okay, let's try this guy out. This guy has a lot more detail and it's more delicate. Again, I'm just being firm with it. I probably should grab my little stamping tool, but I did not. Not bad, guys. I did miss a little at the top, and I don't know if it's because of the way I touched it or... Let's try that again. Yep. I think we're good. I did get a little ghosting. I'm not 100% sure why. If it was from the second time, if I pressed it a little bit too hard, I don't know if you can see. It's really hard to see, so to me, it looks good. Alright, so that's another one. So I'll probably just sit here and just stamp a bunch of card, you know, bases in the back, so that way it's already done. I think for me, I forget, right? I made a card and I'm like, all right, ready to go. And then I'm like, oh, I have to put something on the back, or I should, you know, stamp something, and then I'm gonna go look for my stamps, and I think it's better just have them ready to go. Okay, let's try. Oh, I was gonna say, these are the envelopes that come with those, and I was like, well, maybe we can just stamp an envelope. And of course you can do these in different colors. I'm just leaving them generic black, because that would just coordinate with everything. But what if we did like this one, Handmade with Love. It does have a little line there, but to me that looks like a design option, but maybe what we can do is just not ink that part. So how about we put that there, Handmade with Love. And if you're, you know, scared, you can put like a little piece of washi tape on that area and not ink it up. But for me, I'm just gonna eyeball how far down I should ink. That looks good. I'm not inking that little line. And this is an envelope. It's on the outside. The other ones are very much involved. Like, it's gonna be really hard to do the Handmade with Love and not have that signature line. Cute. Oh, I love that. Okay, so I think the other one that you can possibly get, let's see how it has the lines so separate you can just not ink it up. Possibly this one, if you maybe cover up this little area and then just stamp that. You can probably put that on an envelope. I mean, it looks cute even with that little banner. I don't think people would think, oh, they didn't sign that. Like, I wouldn't even think that you're supposed to sign that. So, there's that. Okay. And let's see. I just have one other card base. I don't think it's that big a deal. Now we see that they're great. They're stamping really well. That's always good to see. And you know, companies are always, I think, well, not always, but switching out like maybe who made their cards this time and who made their stamps this time, or the dies, or hopefully you would think that they would stick with the same company, but I think with the stamps it's a more of a free-flowing kind of thing, and then the stamp quality changes, you know. This is a really nice ivory white card blank from Tonic, so I'm just going to turn it over and again stamp on the back, and this is very flat surface. It's not textured at all, and it's a big boy. I guess I didn't think about that either, the sizing of these guys, but they look good on the 5x7s. I mean, on the A2 size. I mean, this one would take more room, but we already used that one. So let's use this one. It's kind of funky. It has like a scroll that's kind of open on the edges. And you know, a little more of this. And let's go ahead and stamp that and call it a day. I'm sure this will be lovely. It does have a lot of oily feel to these, which is kind of interesting. Usually photopolymer stamps have like a sticky dispersion layer, and sometimes acrylic stamps have like a machining, I guess, maybe oil. These are definitely have oil on them. My hands are feeling weird. Okay, so let's do that again, not too hard. Interesting. Okay, it did take up a lot of the juice. It did not quite stamp this little delicate area here and here, so I'm gonna get that. Is that all there is? I can't tell. It's hard to tell. I think this one's meant to be like distressed looking, but it did really suck up the ink on this area. See how it's so dark? But pretty cool still. Yeah, it's definitely the ink, so I can see how juicy the ink is still. So, anyway. Alright, well, I am happy with this stamp set. Again, it's a stamp set and it comes with the acrylic block, and I don't know why in my mind I thought it had some dies, but it does not. I have other ones of hers that are similar kind of thing, that have some dies. But that's the one that's available right now on HSN, guys. So thanks for watching. Just a quick little video. Just literally just received this. I'm like, oh, might as well try these out today. And now I have some cards that are already ready to go, and all you have to do is sign it right on the back. I think, which is, again, a good thing to do, because that's the last thing I have to edit that. I just put my ink back and I made one of those like chalkboard sounds, and I'll spare you that sound. Anyway, the last thing I want to do is go look for the last little finishing bit. That's just me. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'll have some images coming up. I'll have the links in the description box. And happy Father's Day, and I'll see you all at the next one. Bye now. I was just taking pictures of these things, and I thought, well, it's not really the last thing you add to the card, because if you stamp this after your card is made, you're going to have a bunch of lumpiness from the front of your card. But anyway, you know what I'm saying, just to bring those out and have to add that as another element. Anyway, please stamp your signature thing before you do your card. Because again, you don't want all that lumpiness, but you can just open it up like this, right, obviously, and then get that stamp in your card. Prettiness will be over here. Just a little ganglier to get it under your stamping press and stuff like that. But generally, in my mind, it's always the last thing I think of, so it would be something like this, where I would have to open it up and stamp it. Alright guys, bye now.